So salmon, and what's a salmon? So, there are wild salmon. Those are the fish that spawn naturally and go out to the ocean and come back all on their own. They don't need any help from us. And there are ranched salmon. Those are salmon that we raise in hatcheries and let go, and they go out to the ocean and they take care of themselves and they come back to that hatchery, and they need a lot of help from us. And then there are farmed salmon, and those are salmon that we hatch out of eggs and put into web net cages in the water, and we feed them and raise them up until they're adult salmon, and then we sell them. And those salmon are completely dependent on human intervention. And what are the differences? Well, in a wild salmon, every part of that salmon has been filtered through natural selection process. Only the healthiest, the most vibrant, the most diverse, and the most resilient of the salmon population are part of the wild salmon base. These are the fish that God has filtered out. They're the ones that are left. They are the best of the best of the best. And it is the diversity of the genetics of wild salmon that flavor is dependent on. Now we're going to put in hatchery. What's a hatchery fish? Well, at one point we had a bunch of wild salmon, but maybe we messed up the habitat. And so now we take this fish that we let go into the ocean a few years ago, and it comes back, and we simply mix it with its brothers. We take eggs and sperm from the same genetic stock that's not been filtered, because we're going to take care of it, and we make more of the same year after year, slowly filtering out the diversity and the resilience that's the filter from wild stock. We end up with a salmon. It still pretty much tastes like and has the qualities of a wild fish, but we are slowly reducing the genetic diversity and the capacity of that fish to be resilient in the natural system. It's not the same kind of fish. And eventually you can, I think, breed out both flavor and oil content because you're taking away the filters. And the farm fish is just a chunk of meat. That's just something that has the briefest whiff of wildness left in the flavor. It never gets to swim. It's never chased by a predator. It never builds a muscle. It never puts away an ounce of extra fat. It's just a thing, an analog, an almost there. And if you line up the fish to taste, there's no question that you'll differentiate a wild fish and a farmed fish in a flavor test. The ranched fish is somewhere in between.